Ho Chi Minh City is in a lockdown, but it doesn't mean that you can't stay at home and prepare good meals. You can still eat very well staying at home, cooking yourself. And today I'm gonna demonstrate that to you. Just because the city is locked down, it does not mean you have to eat instant noodles all day. I'm here to show you how to eat well during this lockdown.
Take effing action, put it together, and subscribe to Tom Penn's channel on YouTube now. Yeah, I like it. It's crazy.
In this latest round of COVID-19 lockdown in Ho Chi Minh City, life is difficult because there's no Grab, there's no Grab bike, there is no Grab food, there's no food delivery. In the past, whenever there is some kind of restrictions, you can still order food from the different restaurants and they'll deliver to your house, but that's not even possible now. So how do you still eat well staying at home with no food delivery? Today, I'm gonna show you how it is done, how I do it. I do not have to sacrifice good meals, good food, even though the city is locked down. Let me show you how it's done. Let's get to it. So today, I'm going to prepare a very simple meal because I also do not believe that it takes 2 hours to prepare a meal. Because I'm a very busy person, I cannot spend 2 hours in the kitchen. So my meals have to be prepared fast, but it has to be good quality. It has to be good food, wholesome, natural food. I do not eat processed food. I do not eat fake food. I eat natural food, whole food, because those are the most healthy food that will help me stay healthy, stay energized, and live a long life. All right, so let me show you the ingredients today. What are we going to cook today? So we're gonna start with this beef tenderloin. This is the best piece of beef. This is the most tender piece of beef, the most expensive piece of beef. This is Angus prime steak. And then also we have some shrimp. We have some butter. Butter is great. It is very natural. I don't use any fake cooking oil, oil that's made from soy or corn, because those things are actually chemically processed in a factory, and those are not real food, and they're actually quite not good for you. They potentially could give you cancer. If you understand the process of how these oils are made in the factory, you understand that they use a lot of chemicals. We use only natural products, which is butter. And also we have some white asparagus here. This is like the king of vegetables. I love asparagus. And for seasoning, we have nothing more than salt. But this is not regular salt. This is, again, a very natural salt, like from the Mediterranean Sea, from Italy, in fact. We only use very good material. That's it. That's all we're gonna use today. Let's do some preparation. So first of all, we're gonna use some salt. So we're gonna only season our food with a little bit of salt, not too much, because this is actually quite good. We don't need to use a lot of it. Let's not touch our food. Let's flip this over. This is really tender piece of tenderloin. And let's give it a little bit of salt, a little bit on the side. So let's just pick up the extra salt like that, all right? And then now we have our piece of steak well seasoned. That's all we need to do with the steak, because the steak by itself is actually already quite good. So we don't need to do anything more. And if for the shrimp, same thing. We're just gonna give it a little bit of salt. That's all the seasoning that we need to do. And let's go over to the cooking thing. So as you can see, we have 2 pans here. And let me just heat up the pan. And then I'm going to put 2 pieces of butter. So one in this pan here. And I'm gonna put the other piece of butter in the pan here. So this is ceramic pan, and this is cast iron pan. So this is perfect for cooking anything, and you don't want anything to stick. This is naturally non-stick. This is better than Teflon. Teflon has chemical in it. This is ceramic, so it's much safer. And this is cast iron. This is perfect for steak. I will show you why that is. This allows even distribution of heat. You'll have really good piece of steak with this pan. So we're just waiting for the butter to heat it up. Just like so. Okay. Smells really, really good. Just waiting for the butter to melt. And then I think that's pretty good. So what we do next is put in our beef tenderloin, like so. And at the same time, we also put in our asparagus to our pan. And our shrimp. Let's put in our shrimp as well. So here we go. We just stir fry the asparagus a little bit, and we stir fry a little bit of the shrimp. Flip it over, and we just let the beef sit on the cast iron pan, allowing it to cook. Like so. It smells really, really good, and I think let's flip over the tenderloin, and as you can see, it has really nice burn mark on the beef. So let's flip it a few times. The more times we flip, the better it's gonna be evenly cooked. So let's keep on flipping the shrimp and also the asparagus. I never cooked in my life. I only started cooking actually for this channel. My first time cooking ever was actually on this channel. And because of the Ho Chi Minh City lockdown, I'm doing a lot more cooking now. And I'm actually quite a good cook. I couldn't possibly guess that I could cook so well. As you can see later on, when we have the finished product, it actually looks amazing and tastes amazing and smells amazing. So let me show you that when we have the completed product. So let's get back to the beef, and let's flip it over again. And then this time I'm gonna pay attention to how I flip it, because I want to create a really cool pattern on the beef. This is really a nice piece of beef. This is the beef tenderloin prime Angus beef. This little piece of beef is gonna cost you a bit of dong, right? Let's flip over the asparagus, make sure that's evenly cooked through. And I think the shrimp and the asparagus might just be ready. So let's take that out, all right? So I'm gonna take my plate and just start moving the asparagus and the shrimp out. Like so. And then I'm gonna move the shrimp out as well, like that. And I think we can turn the heat off this pan. Oh, it smells so nice. I can't believe how nice it smells. Now, let's take a look at our beef. I think it's time to do another flip. Look at how beautiful that is. Well, maybe a little bit cooked on this side, but we'll try to make the other side look beautiful as well. Let's see. Make sure we generate a nice, beautiful pattern. I think we're done. So the last thing we do is we're gonna actually heat up the sides. Make sure the sides are also a bit charred, and we move it to our beautiful plate. And then we can turn that off. Let's move to the dining table, all right? See? That's all it took. It took maybe 5 minutes to prepare this wholesome natural meal. Everything is made from natural ingredients. There is no processed food. There is no chemicals. It's all natural food. Shrimp, beef, and asparagus. With butter, with salt, nothing else. And it's gonna taste absolutely delicious. This piece of beef, we're gonna let it cool it down for about 1 more minute. And I think this piece of beef would go very well with some Bordeaux red wines. So today we're gonna have some Chateau Bouteille, okay? product of France from the Bordeaux region. So this is actually a very nice wine. Nowadays I only buy small bottles because this is really good. I don't buy the normal bottles because this is like one serving. I just open this up, I drink it, and I don't get overly drunk. I don't drink too much. This is perfectly for one meal. That's the way I like it. So let's open up this wine. Okay, and take out this crap, and we're gonna like pour it into the. So here it is. Cheers. Very good. So let me show you what this steak looks like. Let me just cut it open for you to show you. It's so soft. It just basically falls apart as I cut into it. I just want to show you what that looks like, right? What that piece of steak looks like. Oh, that is just fucking amazing, right? And that's what the beef looks like. I hope you can see this. This is all natural food. I do eat a lot of steak, and I think this is very good food. I think nothing beats beef. So good. So good. Oh, they go so well together. It's so amazing. It's perfect. It's perfectly medium rare, and it's so soft. It's like butter. It just melts in your mouth. Some of you might be wondering, maybe I eat too much meat, but actually this is really good for me because this is my energy food. I don't eat a lot of carbohydrates. I don't eat a lot of rice, noodles, or wheat. I'm trying to stop eating those things because they're actually bad for you, because when you eat too much carbohydrates, you will get fat. You'll get something called insulin resistance. That's when your body starts to process so much blood sugar in your blood, your body stop processing the fat that you naturally have, and that's how people get fat. It's not the beef or the beef fat that makes you fat. It's actually the carbohydrates, the rice, the wheat, the fried potatoes, even the vegetables. So limit those in your consumption as well. Let's try another piece. So good. That's how I like to do it. One piece steak, one sip of wine. Let's try some of the shrimp. Oh, so good. Oh, let's try some of the asparagus. Oh, perfect. It's cooked perfectly. So good. See, this meal only took me 5 minutes to prepare, and it's so good. If you're spending like hours and hours to prepare a meal, I mean, there's only so many hours in the day. If you spend so much time preparing a meal, it's all time wasted. But I'm saying that you don't need to spend a lot of time to make yourself a really good meal. Oh. So good. I could eat this every day, every single day. You should really limit your intake of rice. I know that Vietnamese people like to eat a lot of rice. But wait. Wow, that's so good. Fuck me. It's like getting fucked by this piece of beef. Oh, it's so good. Oh man. This piece of beef is fucking me all night. I was saying that you should eat less rice because actually back in the early 1900s, the Asian cultures, they learned how to actually make white rice. Before that, rice is like not white. It's actually more like a brown color. It's called brown rice. But brown rice is natural. It's perfectly natural food. But the problem is it's not as delicious as white rice, as you know. So early in the 1900s, humanity figured out how to make white rice. But unfortunately, what they do is they remove the good parts of the rice so that when the rice is turned into white rice, there's no nutritional value in it. It's just like sugar. White rice is just like sugar. Let me have another piece of beef and I'll continue to tell you the story, okay? I gotta eat this piece of beef while it's still hot and warm. Oh. 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 Oh, I want to make love to you, man. I want to make love to you, nice piece of beef. Wow. You're a nice piece of meat, and that's all I'm saying. You're a nice piece of meat. I'll make love to you every day. So back to the point. When the Asian culture started eating a lot of white rice, there was a new disease called beriberi. It started in China, it started in Japan. So a lot of people that eat a lot of white rice and nothing else, they start getting very, very sick because they don't have all the nutrients. So basically, they're just eating sugar. They lack all the vitamin B and vitamin, I think B12 or whatever. And so they start getting very, very sick. And nobody understands why. They don't understand why people are getting sick just eating white rice. And it's normally the people with money that can eat white rice. But after they figure out how to industrialize that process, make rice very cheap for everybody. Everybody was eating white rice. Nobody was eating brown rice. But the problem with the poor people is that they only eat white rice and they got really, really sick. And it took a long while until people figure out, oh, white rice actually have all these nutrients, all these vitamins, all these minerals removed from it. It's just like pure sugar and there's no nutritional value in it. So a lot of people got very, very sick. The sickness is called beriberi. You can look at this up, you can Google it. So I'm saying that white rice, don't eat too much of it. It'll only make you fat and it will make you sick. It doesn't have any nutritional value in it. It's not like a piece of beef. It has a lot of protein, amino acids, it has fat. Fat is actually good for you. A lot of people in modern society tells you that fat is bad, but actually fat is very good. I will talk more about that in my future videos. I will share with you some of the health related misconceptions that people have. A lot of people misunderstand what is good food and what is bad food. I will share that with you in a future video, or many of them. But today, I have this is all natural and this is good for me. I'm gonna live a very healthy life and a long life by staying with natural foods, and so should you. If you're eating rice, if you're eating the instant noodles, you should cut those things back. Oh. That's right. Let's have another, oh, so good. So good. Seriously, when you have a really nice piece of steak, you don't need to season it. You don't need to add all kinds of seasoning. All you need is a little bit of salt. I like the natural taste of beef, and this is so good. You don't need any seasoning. I want to cry. So good. Wow. Oh boy. Oh. Last piece. Oh, this is so good. So good I have to split it in two so I can savor it for longer. So good. So there you have it. You can prepare a very good meal in 5 minutes with natural ingredients. You don't have to eat shit or instant noodles or all the other crap just because there's a COVID lockdown. You can get natural food and prepare yourself a really great meal in about 5 minutes. And I never realized I could cook so good. I never wanted to cook. I never cooked. This is not something I wanted to do, but because of COVID lockdown, I'm forced to make meals for myself, and it's actually turning out to be really, really good. And anybody can do this. All right, take fucking action, eat healthy food, stay healthy, and don't be a fucktard.